Sky Squad, we are back in the building. We're back in the vehicle anyway. And so, I'm running out and about right now, right? I'm running out and about. And I was like, you know what? I got to talk about this real quick. I have got to talk about this. So get on in the room and let's have a little ponderosa real quick. Okay. So, going through social media, and I just happened to see a couple of people posting the story, right? And I don't know if you guys recall the young lady that had originally, maybe about a month or so ago, come out with the story that she had been, with Chris Bassett in some way, shape, or form, or that he had been cheating on Candiace with her. And I think she, had done the interview and everything, and she was just, I don't know, something about her story just felt odd to me. And so I didn't really talk about it because I was kind of like, to be very honest with you, I felt like Chris and Candiace had been through enough already. And again, I don't know what it was in my spirit that just said, I don't know if what this young lady is saying is giving me the vibes that is fully concrete. So I just really left it alone, right? And I did see, though, that I believe it was Giselle and Robin had commented on their Reasonably Shady podcast about the situation, because a lot of times they'll talk about, stuff that's in the news and whatnot. I don't really listen to that podcast, but I've just heard the clips, right? And we've reported on the clips here on this channel. So as I was scrolling through after my class today, I said, oh, what have we here? So on my friend Taria's page, she runs the What Else Is Going On podcast. Follow her on Instagram and the YouTube. She's now on YouTube. So proud of her. I was recalling, the fact that Giselle had commented on the story about the young lady that came out with these allegations about she and Chris Bassett. And Giselle has said, I feel it's unfortunate, but I tried to tell Candiace about her husband last season. Now, this is what Giselle is telling us weekly, okay? And she says, and she didn't want to listen, so maybe she should have listened. I feel like her story was very believable, Giselle said, adding that she hasn't spoken to Candiace since the alleged affair made headlines. It's actually none of my business, and I really don't even care, but it's unfortunate. Was it unfortunate, though, for you, Giselle? Because it feels to me like it would seem like, it kind of would have, if it had been true, corroborated some of the things that you had said about Chris Bassett last season. So I can sort of see why you would think that the story sounds believable, right? However, .org, all right? As we continue further on, we learn that the young lady has come forth and admitted, I lied. Okay? She says, I lied. I never met Chris Bassett. I never talked to him. I made the whole thing up. I'm sorry that my actions hurt people. So let's break all of this down, right? All right, for me, I have several questions, and I hope that maybe you guys can answer them for me in the chat, because I'm having trouble digesting what exactly is going on. So for, people who come out and make these allegations, thank you. For people that come out and make these accusations about people that they have allegedly been with when the person is married, like, what are you wanting a prize for? Yeah, are you wanting a prize for the fact that you cheated with this person? Is that what you want from us? Like, you are exposing the person, but you're also exposing yourself, right? So if you are thinking that, oh my God, I'm going to put them on blast, but you're also pulling an almost Uno reverse on yourself. So if you're thinking that we're supposed to be thinking lowly of them, okay? What do you think that we think about you? That's the first thing I'm always curious about. Like, what? The second thing I would like to know is what possessed her to concoct this story in the first place? Like, why do that? What level of maliciousness would have to exist inside of you to create a narrative that could ultimately impact someone's marriage? Like, at what point do you not think to yourself, like, why am I doing this? Like, what is it an addiction, or is it some type of like ideology of what you think that this 15 minutes of fame is going to gain you? Is it that? Is that what we're supposed to gain from this? Like, is that what you're trying to gain from this? I'm happy that she came out with this and apologized, but it's just like, so then why would you go to someone else and then tell them this? So not only are you going to make this up, you're going to go and tell it on a major platform, and then that thing that you're telling could negatively impact someone's marriage. All for what? And it just boggles my mind that someone would do that. And then to take things further home, why, as a castmate, and I get it to a certain degree, because the people are looking for story, but at what expense, right? Because we, the people, are a little over this desire/need for continuous scandal on these shows. You know what I'm saying? Like, what, like it comes to a point where you would have to think to yourself, like, why would I do this to my castmate? Like, to what end, right? Is it for ratings? Because you got to know how we all feeling about all of this stuff right now anyway, right? You got to know. So why would you, as a castmate, further this narrative that this sounds credible, believable, and that it justifies something that you said that we also don't really believe? So these are my questions that I have to ask. And then furthermore, it just disappoints me, because at a point in time where we're already feeling a certain type of way about Potomac in general, and its over-reliance on scandal versus story, and what's happening with Wendy and the Aneka and Ashley of it all, it's like, at what point does it not just become gross? So anyway, I just had to get a lot of that off of my chest. And I can now get back to the business of lifing, right? But just let me know how y'all feel about it in the comment section down below. Yeah, I want to hear from y'all. Yeah, let me know what y'all think. All right.